Ladies and gentlemen, today is March 24th, 2016. Right now I'm going to ask that we go ahead and take attendance, and from there we will go ahead and get right into our warm-up. So right now take attendance, pause the video, and then let's see what we can do. Alright, so on this first warm-up, I want you guys to go ahead. It says a circular mirror has a diameter of 12 inches. What is the area in square inches of the mirror? So take just a little bit of time here and come on back. So pause the video. Alright, so we are back. You guys have a circular mirror. The diameter is 12 inches. So to find the area of a circle, it's pi times radius squared. That's 3.14 times the radius. The radius is 6 squared. So then you guys can go ahead and use calculators. Not a big deal. You guys do 3.14 times 6 squared, and you guys end up getting 113 and 400ths, and that will be square inches. Let's go on to the next one. The next one is Best Buy sells a TV for an original price of $580. It is now on sale for $406. What is the percentage discount of the price of the TV? What is the percentage discount? That should be a big giveaway to you guys. So go ahead, take about just a little bit of time, maybe a minute or so, maybe a little bit more, and finish this up. Pause the video. All right, so we are back. On this one, percentage discount should have been big minus small divided by original. So the big would have been 580, the small would have been 406, divided by the original 580. So when you guys go ahead and do 580 minus 406, you get 174. 174 divided by 580 is going to be 0.3 as a percent. 0.3 ends up being 30%. Next one, on this one right here, it says a store owner paid $12 for a book. She marked up the price of the book by 40% to determine its selling price. What is the selling price in dollars of the book? So, see what you guys can do on this one. You guys see a percent. You guys don't see the percentage increase, percentage decrease, percent change, anything like that. You don't see that. So, you have to go ahead and figure out what the selling price of the book is using something. I'm guessing you guys all know probably part over whole equals percent over 100. So, get moving. Let's go. Go ahead and pause the video. All right, so we are back on this one, guys. If you were using part over whole equals percent over 100, you have 40% here, and then that'd be over 100. And the book, you're going to go ahead and mark up the price of the whole book by 40%. So the whole book was $12 originally. You figure this out. When you guys cross multiply and divide, take 12 times 40, divide by 100. That means you're going to go ahead and increase the book value by $4.80. So that's not the selling price of the book. That's what you're going to increase it by. So you have to take $12 and add $4.80 to it to get $16.80. And that's the selling price of the book. Next one. All right, on this one, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and see what you guys can do with it. It says the scale on a map shows that 5 centimeters equals 2 kilometers. What number of centimeters on the map represents the actual distance of kilometers? Remember, you're comparing here. When we compare, we use proportions. So that should be a big indicator to how you guys can get going here. This is probably your first set for the proportions of 5 centimeters equals 2 kilometers. Go ahead, take a moment here, see what you guys can do. All right, so we are back on this one right here. It is 5 centimeters to 2 kilometers. And we want to know what the number of centimeters on the map is for 5 kilometers. Well, 5 kilometers has to go on the bottom because we like to keep apples to apples here. Kilometers, kilometers. So X will be on the top. So on this one right here, you guys would cross multiply. You guys would do 5 times 5, and you would divide them by 2. And you end up getting X to be 12.5 and that would be centimeters. So let's go to the next one. Right here, guys, you know how to do this. Draw your wall, solve, and graph this bad boy. Remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must reverse the sign. All right? See what you guys can do here. Take a moment. All right, so we are back. On this one right here, we are going to go ahead and draw the wall. Then you guys would subtract 8 on both sides because you get rid of addition or subtraction. That's going to get you negative 3x is greater than negative 13 minus 8. Same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract. These are same signs. So if they're same signs, we add. 13 plus 8 is 21. And you keep the sign being negative. Then you guys divide by negative 3. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must reverse the sign. So you guys go ahead and do that. You guys get x is less than positive 7 because 2 negatives will make a positive in division. So when you guys graph this, it should have been an open circle at 7. And what numbers are less than? That's what that means right there. What numbers are less than 7? The numbers that are less than 7 are 6 and 5. So your arrow should be going to the left, to the left. All right. So guys, on this point, or at this point, that should be the end of warm-ups here. So what I would like you guys to do is we will collect these warm-ups on Monday. Hold on to them until Monday, guys. Do not pass these in right now. Hold on to these until Monday. All right? So let's go ahead now and out our homework. So put your warm-ups away. Get out your homework. So go ahead and pause the video until everybody has their homework out. And then we'll go from there. All right, now that your homework is out, make sure that your name is on your homework. And then go ahead and trade with the person beside you. Trade, trade, trade. Everybody needs to trade. Let's go. Trade. Now, let's grade this thing. Here we go. Number 1 is 270 cubic centimeters. Number 2 is 285 cubic centimeters. Number 3 is 6 and 59 cubic feet. Number 4 is 19,292 and 16 cubic meters. Number 5 is 122 and 66 square feet. Number 6 is 615 and 44 square inches. Number 7 is 87 and 92 inches. Number 8 is 7,429 and 24 cubic meters. Number 9 is 57,600 square units. Number 10 is 90 square meters. 11 is 14,400 square units. And number 12 is 250 square meters. Guys, take your negative score, change it to the positive, so get your name on it and your score on it. Name and score, name and score, name and score, name and score. And then pass it forward. Go ahead and pause the video while they do this. All right, now that we are back, and you guys have passed that forward, I would like you guys to go ahead and pause the video and pass out the notes for today. So let's go ahead and pass out the notes for today. They should look like this on the very beginning. So go ahead and pass the notes out, and then once we're ready to go, we'll take off with the notes. All right, so we should be ready to go, guys. Make sure we're quiet here. Make sure you're focusing. You guys should know how to do this stuff. This is reviewing for the I step. So on this one right here, guys, when we solve equations, it says the school purchased football equipment and uniforms for a total cost of $2,587. The equipment cost $1,326, and the uniforms were $24.25 each. How many uniforms did the school purchase? Well, guys, we know that total means that we put equals and then the total cost. Now, what makes up that total cost? Well, we go ahead, we take the equipment cost, the $1,326, and we added the uniform cost. The uniform cost, well, we want to figure out how many uniforms, so uniforms is going to be our X, and uniforms is right here, so this is being tied to the 24.25 each. So it's $24.25 for each uniform. We don't know how many uniforms, so we call that X. So now at this point, it's a two-step equation. You guys have to write out the equation. The equation is going to be worth a point when we solve these things, when we grade this on Monday. So you guys will then subtract 1,326, subtract 1,326. When you guys do that, that's fine if you use a calculator today. You guys can go ahead and do this, and you end up getting 1,261. And from there, that'd be equal to $24.25 X. To get X by itself, you would divide by $24.25. So when you guys do that, you end up getting 52 uniforms. You need to have a label, or else it will be wrong. All right, guys, let's go to the next one. On this one right here, Mrs. Eaton rented a moving van for a day. Did my dream come true? Is she actually moving? No, I'm just kidding. You guys know I like to pick on Mrs. Eaton. Anyways, the total rental charge is $226. A daily rental cost of $135 plus 25 cents per mile. And how many miles did she drive the van? Well, guys, if we're going to figure out this, the total was $226. There was a daily rental cost, and that was $135 plus 25 cents per mile. We don't know how many miles she drove, so we have 25 cents per mile. So it's 0.25x. So then from there, you guys would subtract 135, and you guys end up getting, you do 226 minus 135, you end up getting 91. So at this point, to get X by itself, you divide by 0.25. And when you do that, Mrs. Eaton will have moved 364 miles away. So sad. Oh, maybe. All right, guys, let's go to the next one. I'm so mean to Mrs. Eaton. I've got to be nicer to her. Okay, here we go. Next one. On the next one, it says Joe is paid a weekly salary of $820. He is paid an additional $23 for every hour of overtime he works. This week, his total pay, including regular salary and overtime pay, was $1,004. How many hours of overtime did Joe work this week? Well, guys, first off, his total pay is $1,004. He first got $820 for the week, but then he worked some overtime. So he gets $23 for every hour. Well, we don't know how many hours, so it's going to be 23x. So then at this point, it's a two-step equation. You go ahead, you subtract 820 on both sides. You then get 23x equals, do 1,004 minus 820, and you get 184. Then you guys go ahead to get x by itself. You would have to divide by 23, and you end up getting x to equal, that would be 8 hours. You guys need to have a label. You need to have a label. You need to have a label. Hey, did I say you need to have a label? Yeah, you need to have a label. Make sure you have one. All right, next one. Mr. Marvin. Well, he buys an iPad and a stylus for each of the 16 students in his homeroom. That must be nice. I think I want to go to his homeroom. But either way, each stylus costs $4, and Mr. Marvin spends a total of $3,664 on iPads and styluses. Must be nice to have that kind of money, Mr. Marvin. Either way, write and solve an equation that models the situation with N dollars, the cost of one iPad. So let's do this. First off, the total amount that he spent, Mr. Moneybags, is $3,664. And that's made up of iPads and styluses. Well, we know the styluses are $4, and he's going to buy 16 of them. So if you guys do 16 times 4, Mr. Marvin's going to spend $64 on styluses. That's a nice guy. But he's also going to buy everybody an iPad. So he's going to be buying 16 iPads, but we don't know the cost of the iPad. So that's going to be 16. In this case, they specifically said to use N. So we'll use N. So you guys would go ahead, subtract the cost of the stylus, the $64. You guys get 16N equals 3,600. And then to get N by itself, you guys would go ahead and divide by 16. And Mr. Marvin was so nice. He bought you guys all an iPad, all 16 of you. And they were each $225 a piece for each iPad. All right? Wow, Mr. Marvin. You know, you could buy me one instead. But we'll talk about that later. Anyways, let's go to the next problem. On this one right here, it says Mr. Zook's backyard is in the shape of a rectangle. He needs 422 feet of fencing to fence his whole backyard. The length of Mr. Zook's backyard is 62 feet. Write and solve an equation that models a situation with W, the width of the width of the backyard in feet. So let's draw a picture first. We know he needs a total of 422 feet. That's the total of fencing that he needs. And we know that we don't know the width. We also know the length is 62 feet. So if we know it's 62 feet on that side, it's 62 feet on this side. So now, when I come up with my equation, well, I have two W's that have to make up part of the 422. And I have 62 plus 62, which is going to be 124. So now it's just a two-step equation. So you guys do 422 minus 124. You guys subtract those. And you get 2W to equal, that'll be 298. Then from there, you guys divide by 2. And you guys end up getting a width of 149. Now, obviously, my picture is not drawn correctly, but we didn't know what the width was going to be. So the width is 149 feet. And that's it. That's all it asks you to do. Now, we could have fun with this, and we could say, hey, now find the area, and make you do 149, the length times the width, times 62, 149 times 62. You can figure out the area. There's a whole lot you could do with this, but that's all I've asked you to do for now. So, guys, make sure you have labels. Make sure you guys work hard, because you're going to have some homework now, and you guys are going to get a lot of this done if you can, okay? Make sure it's ready for Monday. This shouldn't be too crazy difficult for you. But the joke for the day, I didn't ask this at the beginning, but the joke for today is this. Why do elephants roll down the hill? Well, it's because they can't roll up very well. Oh, shoot. I know you guys hate my jokes. It's all good. You'll see me back on Monday. Make sure you guys behave yourself and have a wonderful, wonderful Good Friday and Easter weekend. And see you Monday. Don't do drugs.